In this video, I want to give you a few tips on how to use a design table to create these different kinds of shapes. And notice there's some extrusions here with zero thickness. That's not easy to do with a design table. I recommend that tip number one is that while you create your sketches that you're going to extrude from, make sure your sketches are very independent from each other and not reliant on any of the geometry near them. Also, when you create your extrusions that you're going to create a design table from, I recommend that you go in and you unclick the box that says Merge Results so that these can be separate in the design table. Now, the first tip I need to tell you about is that when you create a design table, everything to the left of the design table except cell A1 is free for you to do whatever you want to do in there. Any kind of mathematics or logic or anything else or input variables or anything can be done to the left, and SOLIDWORKS won't really mess with that. As you're working then to create the logic that you might need to create these shapes, it's important for you to know that you can use the standard Excel logic, which is great, but if you do that, you're going to need to work your logic in first before you put the column heading on this. This was a trick that took me a while to figure out, and I think it's worth sharing right here. That you're going to use this column heading, this $state at feature name. You can do that, but only after your logic has been put into the cells below it. Once it knows that that column is the $state at feature name, you will no longer be allowed to make logical statements underneath it. And so write those in first and then define the column. That's an important tip for you. I recommend looking up the $state at feature name on the internet to learn more about that. Those tips, I think, are all that you need to progress fairly well through using a design table to create all these shapes, including the voids.